We'll be asking which party has the most to lose from Farage and co. Our guest today, a Labour MP for Penistone and Stocksbridge, Angela Smith, Amjad Bashir, UKIP MEP for Yorkshire and North Lincolnshire, and joining us live from the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham is John Hayes, MP for South Holland and the Deepings in Lincolnshire and Minister of State at the Department for Transport. Good morning to you all. We shall chat in a moment, but first, as RAF jets begin combat missions in Iraq, we speak to the family of a Yorkshireman who's already fighting on the front line against the terror group known as Islamic State. They're warning that doing nothing in the fight against the militants is simply not an option. Louise Martin reports.
This is Islamic State on the front line. They filled a refuse truck with bombs, put a rock on the accelerator and drove it towards Kurdish fighters. This footage has been given to us by Gashbir, whose cousin Saman from Leeds is fighting against the radical group. Gashbir had no idea that his cousin, who had lived in West Yorkshire for 12 years, had gone to the Middle East to fight. He only realised when he saw him on the news.
I'm going to show you some video of Saman. He had an interview when he was in front line when he's fighting against ISIS.
I'm from Kurdistan, but I live in Leeds for 12 years in the UK. And I see terrorists coming to my country. It's a group of terrorists named Daesh to kill people and men, women, children.
Saman is a member of the Kurdish Peshmerga, the armed fighters of the regional authority.
So far, 3 members of our family have been killed by Islamic terrorist ISIS. But as I mentioned, even hundreds of people of my family being killed, still we're proud because we're going to fight against them. We do everything. We fight till the death.
Islamic States have a reputation for barbaric killings which they post online, bringing terror not just to the Middle East but across the globe.
They do something, it's just like a butchery actually. You can see when they leave any place, when they left any place, you can see the too many bodies without head. Kurd Peshmerga right now fighting for all the world. If Peshmerga not stop the fight, they will come to you. That is the most serious thing is if ISIS crossed Kurd, crossed the Peshmerga, definitely they will be here.
A thought echoed by his cousin on the front line.
I can't not coming back to war with terrorists. I come in with all people Kurdish here, Peshmerga, and I take guns and I come into fighting with terrorists.
Angela Smith, do you think we should be encouraging young men from Yorkshire and elsewhere to join groups like the Kurdish Peshmerga in their fight against IS?
Well, no. I mean, to be honest, what I do want to make clear is that we absolutely support the decision made by the government, as you well know. IS is a murderous organisation. It's taking British aid workers hostage. We've already seen David Haines beheaded in an outrageous act of terrorism. We believe that the stability of the region is under threat because of IS and ultimately UK national security.
How difficult is it to make the distinction? I mean, we're telling young people not to go off and join the jihadist groups out in the Middle East, but, you know, can we tell people they shouldn't be going to join the Kurds even though they're fighting against our enemy, Islamic State?
This just shows you the difficulty involved. I think the whole situation is a mess created no less by our invasion in the year 2003, which everybody has deemed it an illegal invasion anyway. It split and fractured the country into an ethnic divide, a religious divide. It should be sorted out by the regional powers there and the groups there. We're interfering in a civil war. We shouldn't be there.
I'll come back to you in a minute.
Yes.
Let's go live to the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham and join John Hayes, because you represent a Lincolnshire constituency. Lincolnshire, very much a military county with a number of RAF bases in your patch. Is there a real appetite for war in your part of the world?
Well, I'm a member of the British Legion in Holbeach, actually, and as you know, as you said, Lincolnshire's got a proud history in respect of the RAF, many bases based in my county. But what you just heard, it seemed to me, from the representative of UKIP, was actually quite outrageous. The idea that we shouldn't intervene when British citizens are being kidnapped and butchered is preposterous.
Are you going to apologise, Amjad Bashir?
Not at all. We should. I reaffirm what I've said. We've inflamed the situation. We've gone in there again and again. Over the last century, we've invaded and bombed the Iraqis again and again. We have done right in Europe. Every decade there used to be a war on the continent of Europe. We brought Europe together. That's what should happen in the Middle East as well. And our interference is not welcome. The people, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Syria, those are the people who should put that right, not us. It's not for us to interfere. And far from stopping people going across, you're radicalising people to go across, because they will interpret this as the invasion from the West. If we don't want to radicalise the youth, what we want to do is stay out of disputes like this, let the regional players sort it out.
Our support for airstrikes is designed to give the Iraqi government the support it needs so that it can effectively fight ISIS. And it's not just Iraq. Increasingly we're seeing other Middle Eastern states joining the coalition and asking for our support. So it's just not true that the region has asked for our support.
Tim, Angela's outrageous. In the year 2003, her party, Tony Blair, said we were going to Iraq because there were weapons of mass destruction. That was not true. Then mission creep came in. Then it was about changing. Then it was changing regimes. What have you done? There wasn't ISIS there before. There wasn't Al Qaeda there. We've created it.